It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 19th day of November 2024, coming to you from in the vicinity of the U.S. Virgin Islands. So we haven't landed yet at St. Thomas. Well, we're supposed to sometime very shortly. And I have an excursion today. So that's the reason the show is off schedule. You guys all know how rarely I get to do an excursion that's wheelchair accessible. And they found me one in St. Thomas. There was some delays going back and forth of if they could actually handle my size and the size scooter. But I got the tickets and all last night, so looks like I'm going to go on an island tour here in just a little bit. Immediately after the show, we're going to get together with all our friends from the Cruise Ship Doctor for the second session of combination of readings and music and song and dance with the Cruise Ship Doctor folks. And then I'll go get to do a tour. So we got past the disasters of the first day, and things seem to have smoothed out pretty well. And I'll tell you right up front, folks, there's not a whole lot of news today. But anyway, this is the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast at a special time, brought to you by Will U.S., the owner of Scootaround, and by chilliescruises. The top headline this morning is Sprinklers Erupt On Harmony. Also today, a Doggy Cruise, Margaritaville at Sea Islander Expands Itineraries, and an outbreak on Coral Princess. That and lots more here today at 8:15 or whatever time it was that I actually got on the air. Excuse me, a little catch in my throat there. All right, so Sunday night, we discovered that Elizabeth on location was going to be in Puerto Plata at the same time we were yesterday. As a matter of fact, the Brazilian lady got there before we did, but we were docked right next to each other. So when I was done with the show, I texted her. Hi there, Tom was sitting here. I texted Elizabeth and I said, okay, we're going down now. And she says, okay, I'll meet you at the gangway. So we went downstairs, got off the ship, and that's the resilient lady was sitting right next to us. And walking down between the ships, there comes Elizabeth on location. And of course, everybody knows she is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I love her to death. We went over to a tiki bar and restaurant. There may have been some adult beverages involved, but both of us had to be back at the ship at reasonably early times. That's looking back on Resilient Lady after we sailed away, and I think Tom took that one as we were sailing away. So nice visit with Elizabeth. Always just great to catch up, share some news, swap stories. They have a couple short cruises out of Miami, and then they are going to home port in San Juan and do Southern Caribbean itineraries for several months. So she's on the Resilient Lady, and she just absolutely loves Virgin. She's been doing this a long time, but she says that they're definitely good ships, definitely worth going on. So I trust her explicitly. So, all right, we'll be back with a couple stories in the news after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. Okay, so the top story today comes from Harmony of the Seas. Passengers enjoying the last night of a Western Caribbean cruise got a bit of a jolt in the evening when the sprinklers suddenly went off, sending them running for cover from an indoor downpour. Numerous videos shared by guests of Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas posted videos of the sprinklers spewing water in the ship's Royal Promenade on Deck 5 as the vessel was returning to Galveston, Texas. And I will tell you, folks, I tried to upload, sideways load, whatever it is that you have to do to get a video to show. For some reason, I couldn't download it. So I don't have the video for you. You might check online if you want to see it. There was it was several minutes before they got it shut down, so it poured some water out. Food service and room service were suspended as it was all hands on deck for crew members to clean up inches of water that had poured down on public spaces, soaking furniture, carpet, and personal items. Now, apparently, the reason behind the mishap, folks, is unclear. However, there is considerable thought that it was caused from smoke coming from Sorrento's Pizza, and that may have triggered the sprinklers. So guys, quit ordering well-done pizzas, and we won't have floods on ships. Sounds like it to me. We had a price drop on the Norwegian Epic Transatlantic sailing from New York on March 31st. However, it's not the price drop I was looking for on the balcony cabins. In the meantime, double occupancies now start at $11.32 per person. Solo studios from $18.81. Just call me, 434-258-9264, and join us on the Norwegian Epic Transatlantic, March 31st to April 15th, ending in Rome. All right, so the next story, Margaritaville at Sea is hosting a special cruise in which dogs are invited on board as passengers. The November 2025 sailing will be run by Cruise Tales and Expedia Cruises of West Orlando. Sailing out of Tampa, up to 250 dogs are expected to be on the cruise ship Margaritaville at Sea Islander. The dog-friendly cruise will include all kinds of activities for dog lovers, including dog shows, training sessions, costume contests, pet parades, doggy massages, dog grooming, and splash stations. Cruise with the dogs. I like it.
Introducing the Model R four-wheel urban mobility scooter. with a small turning radius and rotating front wheels. Wheel allows you to effortlessly maneuver in tight spaces. The four-wheel Will Model R with exceptional stability and comfort. The Model R automatically adjusts speeds during turns. Slim and compact design. The Will Model R has a reliable all-day driving range and a portable lightweight battery for charging. You can navigate tight indoor spaces like restaurants. Model R has easy disassembly and convenient storage. She can conquer urban terrain and rough surfaces with ease. Durable frame built with high-strength aluminum, stabilizer and suspension provide stability with a spacious flat floor design. Wherever you use your Will Model R four-wheel scooter, you'll have a smooth ride.
All right, that's the Will Model R from Scoot Around. And I'll get to the next story here. You have to forgive me for being a little slow this morning, folks. I didn't have time to tape like I've been doing, so I'm trying to go back and forth from two different places on the computer, and it's just not moving as quickly as I like. Anyway, so we've got a second story from Moss. That's Margaritaville at Sea. They're having the Doggy Cruise that we just talked about. This one kind of caught my attention. Starting in 2026, the Margaritaville at Sea Islander will visit Aruba, Curacao, Montego Bay, and New Orleans. In addition, their first 10-day cruise will stop at Grand Cayman, Aruba, Curacao, and Ocho Rios. This announcement for the new port visits in the Caribbean coincides with the cruise line's Black Friday deals that run through November the 30th. And that's starting now. We're going to get sick of this before it's over with. By the way, folks, if you want to take part in any of the Black Friday deals, just call me. I'll be glad to take care of it for you. Anyway, Margaritaville at Sea's deal is 60% off on cruises through 2026. Third and fourth guests in the cabin sell free, up to $300 in onboard credit to spend on the ship, 10% off on extras like drink packages, signature packages, priority boarding, and shore excursions. That's the folks over at Moss, Margaritaville at Sea. And the final story this morning comes from Princess, a ship that already has a troubled history. The most recent sailing of Princess Cruises, Coral Princess, has reported a total of 70 norovirus cases. That's, of course, a gastrointestinal outbreak on the ship. You have to have more than 3%. So it just barely crossed that threshold. So a report was made to the CDC. And actually, it's so close on the line, the number of passengers affected was 3%. Passengers and crew together was like 2.8%. So if you consider the crew and with the total number of people, it doesn't meet the criteria to bring the CDC in on it. But they thought in all, areas of caution that they would bring the CDC in, which they did. And they've, of course, now gone and sailed on the next cruise, and everything's, just hunky-dory. So, another troubling time for Coral Princess. And that the cruise, by the way, folks, it was a 31-day cruise from Singapore to Los Angeles. And, 70 cases on that number of people is, it's not the end of the world. But of course, they had to go through all the enhanced cleaning procedures. They have procedures set for all that stuff now. So I'm going to take that off. All right, let's go see who's in the chat room fussing at me today, and then I'm going to get rolling out of here. Not sure when the podcast will be processed and up. I don't know if I'll have time to do it this morning before I have to leave. Maybe I will. We'll see. So there's Hot Air Tom. I saw him a little earlier. Hello, everyone. This needs to be short. Chillie, don't forget the cruise doctor been at 9:30, 8:30 Eastern time. 9:30. Yeah, that's right. I am going to be late. Sound is good, but video is frozen. Oh, that sucks. Sorry about that, folks. What a face to be frozen. Thanks, Hot Air Tom. Kenneth with us says, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Bob says, good morning. Have a great day, Chillie. I plan on it. Tom, did you get the spa package? Chillie, does the Epic still have Maderno restaurant on it, or did they take it out already? No, Kenneth, they had Maderno, and Hot Air Tom and I ate at Maderno last night. I'm still full. It is so good. So, yeah, I enjoyed that. Great evening. Kenneth says, yes, and the spa is nice. Hot Air says, Chillie and I ate at Maderno last night. Just said the same thing. Nicer than the gyms. Yes, larger therapy pool and an outside aft area. I thought he was talking about Maderno from the gym. Hopefully the Epic keeps Maderno until their dry dock, or at least I want Robin to try that place. Yeah, it's I can't say it's my favorite specialty wrestling, but it's right up the top. And on Norwegian, I like Cagney's a lot. I like El Bistro a lot. La Cucina's okay. The sushi, occasionally done that. They even had a little sushi on the salad bar last night in Maderno. So, yeah, good stuff. The food has been excellent so far. Let's see. Otter says, I don't think it will be changed until after our cruise. Yeah, I don't think so either. Where are you guys today on your cruise? What island? We're in St. Thomas shortly. We will be there shortly. We are cruising now, scheduled to arrive at St. Thomas at 11. There's Katie. Good morning, Katie. Gary Older Than Dirt's here. Good morning, Gary. You guys still on a cruise, aren't you? Yeah, you're still cruising. Great picture of you with Elizabeth. Yeah, I thought so too, Katie. Otter says, thank you. I was a photographer. Yes, he was. He was the photographer for all the pictures I used today, but one that I took. And yeah, Otter Tom does a great job with that. He really does. He's better than I am with the camera. I'll tell you that. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I got to run like crazy to get downstairs. And I'll be back tomorrow. I think at normal time tomorrow. Thank goodness. So I don't have this craziness running in my head. All right, guys. That's it for today. Don't forget, smash that thumbs up button. If you have not subscribed, take this as my invitation to do so. Doesn't cost anything. That really helps us out a lot. All right, that's it for today, guys. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. Maybe tomorrow I'll have some film from Teppanyaki for you, Kenneth. And maybe some film from Thomas today. So, we'll see. All right, guys. Did I say stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising? Hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. If I didn't, I just said it now. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.